Hello, my beautiful people. How are you all doing today? God, you're all gorgeous. I guess you don't need me to tell you that, though. Today I'm rehearsing a poem called The Crickets Have Arthritis. It's another poem by Shane Cognac. Also, I didn't say in the first video I posted, but I'm going to say it in this one. I encourage you to watch the original, because, like I said, he does a lot better than I am. He's also a lot better, just in general, than I am. Excuse me while I fix my hair. Sorry about that. But yeah, also, disclaimer, I don't own anything in this video, not the piano playing in the background, the piano music, sorry, playing in the background, also not this poem. So, I hope you enjoy. Doesn't matter why I was there, where the air is sterile and the sheets sting. It doesn't matter what I was hooked up to, this thing that buzzed and beeped every time my heart leaped, like a man whose faith tells him that God's hands is big enough to catch an airplane or a world. It doesn't matter that I was a curled up fist protesting death, or that every breath I was either hard labor or hard time, or that I'm always too hot or too cold. It doesn't matter, because my roommate wears Star Wars pajamas, and he's 9 years old. His name is Lewis. I don't have to ask him what he's got. The bald head with the skin and bones frame speaks volumes. The Game Boy and feather pillow blooms like they're trying to make him feel at home, because he's gonna be here a while. I manage to smile the first time I see him, and it feels like the biggest lie I've ever told. So I hold my breath, because I'm thinking any minute now he's gonna call me out on it. I hold my breath because I'm scared a 57-pound boy hooked up to a machine has been watching me. And maybe I've got him pegged all wrong, like maybe he's bionic or some shit. So I look away. I just made eye contact with a gang member who has a rap sheet the length of a lecture on dumb mistakes politicians have made. I look away like he's gonna give me my life back the moment I've got something to trade. I damn near pull out my pack and say, "Cigarette?" But my fear subsides, and the moment I realize Lewis is also show and tell. He's got everything from a shotgun shell to a crow's foot. He can put them all into context, like, see, this is from a shooting range. See, this is from Weird Girl. I watch his hands curl around a cufflink and a tie tack, and realize that every knick-knack is a treasure, and every treasure has a story. And every time I think I can't handle more, he hits me with another story. He says, see, this is from my father. See, this is from my brother. See, this is from that weird girl. See, this is from my mother. It took me about 2 days to figure out that weird girl was his sister. It took him about 2 hours today after she left from him to figure out he missed her. And they visit every day and stay well past visiting hours, because to them that term doesn't apply. But when they do leave, Lewis and I are left alone, and he says the worst part about being sick is that you get all the free ice cream you ask for. And he says the worst part about that is realizing that there's nothing more they can do for you. He says ice cream can't make everything okay. There's no easy way of asking him. I know what he's going to say, but maybe he just needs to say it. So I ask him, anyway, are you scared? Lewis doesn't even lower his voice as he says, fuck yeah. I listen to a 9-year-old boy say the word fuck like he's a 30-year-old man with a nosebleed being lowered into a shark tank. He's got a right to it. And if it takes this kid a curse word to get him through it, then I'm going to teach him to swear like the devil sitting there taking notes with a pen and pad. But before I can forget that Lewis is 9 years old, he says, please don't tell my dad. He asked me if I believe in angels, and before I realize I don't have the heart to tell him, I say, not lately. And I just lie there waiting for him to hate me, but he doesn't know how to. So he never does. Lewis loves like a man who lived in a time before God gave religion to men, and left it to them to figure out what hate was. He never greets me with silence or only smiles and a patience like I've never seen someone who knows they're dying. And I'm trying so hard not to remind him that I'll be out here in a couple days smoking cigarettes and taking my life for granted, and he'll still be planted in the bed like a flower that refuses to grow. I've been waiting with him for 5 days, and all I really know is that Lewis loves to pull feathers out of his pillow and watch them float to the ground, almost like he's the philosopher and the scientist saying, "It's gravity that's getting us down." The truth is that there's not enough miracles to go around, kid. And there's too many people petitioning God for the winning lotto ticket. And for every unanswered prayer, there's a cricket with arthritis. And the only reason we can't find answers is because the search party didn't invite us. And Lewis, right now, the crickets have arthritis. So there's no music, no symphony of nature swelling to crescendos as if ripping halos into melodies that can keep the rhythm with the way of our heartbeats. So we must meet silence with the same level of noise the parents of dying 9-year-old boys makes when they take the liberties into their own hands, talking with heaven. We must shout out until they shatter their own vibrations, then let our lives echo and grow, echo and grow, echo and grow. Grow distant enough to know that as far as our efforts go, we don't always get a reply. But I swear, to whatever God I can find in the time I have left, I'm going to remember you, kid. I'm going to tell the story as often as the story you told me. Every time I tell it, I'll say, "See, there's bravery in this world. There's 6.5 billion people curled up like fists protesting death, but every breath we breathe has to be giving back. A 9-year-old boy taught me that. So hold your breath the same way you'd hold a pen, writing thank you letters on your skin to every tree that gave you that breath to hold, and then let go. As if you understand something about getting old. Having to give back, let it go like a laugh attack in the middle of a really good sex. The black eye will be worth it, because with your night worth, what's your night worth without a story to tell? And why wield a word like worth if you have nothing to sell? People drop pennies down a wishing well, so the cost of desire is equal to that of a thought. But if you got expectations, accept that others have brought the exact same dream for the price of hard work. Hang in, hold on, mentally, like I accept any challenge, so challenge me. Like I brought a knife to a gunfight, but the other night I mugged a mountain, so bring that shit. I've had practice. Luce and I cracked this world wide open and found the prize inside. Is we never lied to ourselves. Never told ourselves that we'd be easy or undermining, so we were singing our own vibrations and dare angels to eavesdrops to stop mid-flight and pluck the feathers from their wings and write demands from God's hands. Take the time to catch us. So even God doesn't want it. So if God doesn't, it wasn't because we didn't try. I don't often believe in angels, but on the day that Lewis pulled a feather from his pillow and said, "This is for you," I half expected him to say, "See, this is the first one I grew." Alright, everybody. That is Crickets Have Arthritis by Shane Konyac. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please rate, comment, and subscribe.